Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Crafters TV. Welcome to Thursday. He's Craig Laird.
And he's Ben Moseby.
Hey! We didn't even practice that. That was brilliant. I tried to do that yesterday with Debbie and she didn't do it.
Did she?
No,
she didn't do it.
We're very excited today because we have got a jam-packed day lined up for you. And you know what? Normally at this point, you know, with me being on the presenter side, I would tell you all about it. But I kind of feel like I'm going to hand it over to Craig because, you know what? We've been looking forward to this day for ages. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And this is your day, mate. This is your day, so you need to tell us about it. It's not me.
Oh,
you
shut
tell
up.
us.
Thank you. Yeah, do you know what? If I go back to what we were talking about yesterday, myself and Debbie, where all of us on the team, we always have that fun, that banter. We're like, I can't believe that you got that launch. I can't believe you've got that craft along. We always have that fun and banter. And we're the same when it comes to sales shows or cartload shows. So today, we've got my cartload, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. And boy, I've tried to make that happen when it comes to the best that there ever will be. We've got a competition going because, and I will say, you had a phenomenal cartload the other week there, an absolute cracking cartload.
Thank you.
But let me tell you, I have been working even harder behind the scenes with Emma.
Just as hard,
Emma,
not even
who
harder.
helps us and is fed up with me, annoyed with me, and just ready to throw me out the window and choke slam me through the table.
She didn't get annoyed with me.
Well, I've seen her face earlier on this morning. I don't know about that one. But yeah, so what I've done is I have, with Emma, pulled out every possible stop I possibly could when it comes to the cartload deals. We've got incredible ones. I have got a hand in every single one. There is a reason why we have every single deal. There's a story as to why I've got every single deal. It could be something that I've loved, we've not seen for a while, that we've got at an incredible price. It could be something that's relatively new and I twisted Emma's arm as far as it could to say, I want another £1 off that one or £2 off. Felt like it was in the den, you know, negotiating that extra discount. But that's what I've managed to do for you. I've managed, it's not something you see quite a lot when it comes to deals on adhesives. I've managed to do that as well. We've got a new formulation when it comes to an adhesive pack that we're going to be showing you as well. Rock bottom prices. There's going to be a great big stunner coming your way when you see the prices that I've got coming.
Yeah. And one could say tonight is going to be a big show.
Oh yes, it is indeed. Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to this.
Do you know something?
Yeah.
See, throughout today, there's going to be 95% of you at home that's got no idea as to what we're on about.
No.
And then there's going to be about 5% of you because either you watch wrestling, your husband, your wife, your grandson, child, whatever it is, does watch it, and you're like, I know what they mean there.
Yeah. Do let us know if you get the references, and if you don't, you can always go on Google. But yeah, do let us know in the comments if you get the references. It is going to be a big show tonight, of course. 6 o'clock this evening is the official launch of that cartload show, the SmackDown deals. We're going to be previewing loads and loads of those great deals, of course, during this show. And it's going to be kind of like Fast and Furious. Then it's going to be kind of laid back a little bit. Then Fast and Furious, because in the middle we've got an amazing craft along coming up as well. We've got a guest on that too, who will introduce you, of course, to a little bit later on. And on the website, of course, we are still celebrating National Craft Month. It is day number 2. All month long, we're going to be doing this. And basically, new deals have been added. As I've said, keep an eye on this, but you've got 15% off selected adhesives and tools, 10% off selected embossing folders, 10% off selected dies, and also 3 for 2s on selected card and paper as well. So lots to look out for on the website. Let's say a few hellos before we get started. We've got Radical Rachel on the socials this morning. Lynn Farthing Thomas says good morning all. Morning. Lois says good morning from Ohio. Morning. Bethan Lyon says good morning everyone. Morning. Michelle says, good morning, my crafty lovies.
Good morning.
I don't think she says it with an accent because there's an American flag there. Rachel Norton says, good morning, everyone, from Brighton Beach, South Australia.
Good day, mate, you flaming glass.
Hello, my friendly CTV crew. Sue Jemison says, good morning from a cold, cloudy Redcar. I used to say Redcar, but now I'm a proper northerner. Linda's in from Tennessee, 5 a.m. here in Tennessee. Deneen is in. Good morning, Angela Essex. Good morning, Polly Bragg from Midland, Texas. Good morning, Teresa Campbell, who says, good morning, everyone, from Peoria, Illinois. Rachel just telling me on the socials, my knowledge of wrestling is limited to what I've heard from Craig over the years. Well, to be honest, if you've been following him, you probably have quite a good grasp now of certainly the phrases and the terminology. Zoe,
What?
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 Carry on.
Laura Simmons says, we can hear what the lad is crafting. I like that, Laura.
I like that,
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
I did like that, yeah.
It doesn't matter if you like that.
Well, all my Craigomaniacs out there are ready to run wild on Cartload.
Please keep that forever, Craigomaniacs. I love that.
Craigomaniacs.
So let us know if you want to be a Craigomaniac. Are you a Craigomaniac? Are you going to be running wild as Craigomania takes over the course of the day? Get in touch and let us know on Facebook and indeed on YouTube. Lucille Vega says, I am ready for the smackdown, so I'm going to hand you over. I think Craig is going to layeth the smacketh down. Oh, he's not. We're not going to start off. Oh,
No.
sorry.
No,
Oh,
we're
sorry.
going to have a look at our craft along first.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, call yourself a presenter.
We're going to have a look at the craft along first. Now, the luscious leaves, we've got how many left?
Oh my gosh.
So we obviously had a bigger collection of these when we launched them. However, we've only got the 2 left now. And when I say we've only got the 2 left, we're only going to have 1 left in a minute, because if you want to go for the 5x7 luscious leaves embossing folder, there are 9 of these remaining. So if you love that design, love the idea of having that on your cards and projects, then you need to grab it now, because that's going to sell out before the end of the show. £3.19 platinum, or $4.76. I hope Craig's got lots of demos lined up with this one. We've got a lot more of these available, so if you prefer the look of the leopard print, then make sure you do jump in and grab that again. Same price platinum, £3.19 or $4.76. Of course, the reason that we're not offering them as a bundle is the fact that we've only got 9 of the luscious leaves remaining, so it's a case of pop them both in your basket. First 9 will get them both together. Rest of you will just be able to get that leopard print. The craft along, of course, coming your way at 2 o'clock this afternoon, 9 o'clock Eastern. You can find the details up on the socials, and as I say, we've got a guest joining us for that one as well, so that will be a lot of fun a little bit later on. Kind of the calm before the storm for that SmackDown coming up later on this evening at 6. But have you got your project we can have a look at that we're going to be doing later?
Indeed. I do indeed, yeah. So as many of you will know as well, when it comes to the craft along, we're basing that on that original main collection that first launched. So therefore, I'm going to use one that was in that original collection. You can absolutely use the 2 that are there, or if you've got any of them, if you want to mix and match, and that's what the craft along is all about. I'll step you through exactly what I'm making, but if you want to change things, then you can absolutely do that for sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this lovely little notelet set. Now, this was inspired by a little masterclass I'd done the other weekend with Debbie Robinson, and a lot of you loved that simple form that I created, the notelet set. So I thought, well, why not go one step further and go to town on the way that we decorate? So we're going to go in. So this is the studded leather that I used from the original set, but as I say, you could be using any of them. But then what we're going to do is we open it up, and then we've got our little notelets in here. Now they are in here by lifting the little tab up. So what we're going to do is lift that one up, and then what we've got in here is 5 of our handmade envelopes. Now, I will say, if you've seen my Facebook post last night, you will know that there's going to be elements of this that you're going to have to do after the craft along. Yeah. Because, for instance, this one there, I'll show you how to make one of the envelopes, but and then afterwards you can do the other 4. Yeah. And then when it comes to...
Is that a wax seal you put on there?
It is, yeah.
Beautiful.
Wax seal from Violet Studio. So I'll go over that as well just in a second, because the other thing I'll get you to do is I'll show you how to make one of these, because as you can see, very straightforward. Then after the craft along, you can then come along and make the other 5 of them. So you've got that. The other thing that I'll get you to do after the craft along is it's not going to be feasible to put all these little studs on the live. too time consuming, and that you don't want to see me do. So we'll do the front, maybe the back, and then afterwards, what you can then do is come along and add a little detail afterwards. However, I'll show you how to make the whole of the notelet set. We'll show you how to decorate it. As I said, we'll show you how to make the envelopes, as well as the cards as well, and then a few of these little bits that you will then do at home. The other thing as well, if you've got the wax seals, have 2 of these ones ready to go, or, you know, I will, if possible, in time permitting, we'll show you how to at least make 1 of them. But as I say, all of these we're going to be able to make within the craft along. It's with the studded leather. You could use either or. I've used the studded leather throughout. You can mix and match if you want to. You can use completely different embossing folders. It doesn't really matter, but it is all formed and based around the actual textured embossing folders. Will we have a look at the shopping list?
Will we have a look? Shall we do that?
Let's do that.
Go on then.
Let's have a look and see. So you are going to need studded leather 5x7 texture embossing folder. Just to say your amazing cut in stamp and die set. The Hello Die from 2022
Hello.
Advent calendar. Hello. 12x12 luxury cardstock, pastel. Kindly Thoughts A4 luxury pearlescent card. Centura Pearl Snow White with a hint of silver, A3. We do need A3. It could be multi-purpose if you want though. Santa's Kitchen 12x12 paper pad. So we're going back a few years.
Yeah.
You can use whatever pattern you want. The Everyday Delights 8x8 paper pad and Everyday Delights solid 8x8 card pad. So that came from one of the craft kits. We then have a wax seal. So I've used one from Violet Studio. You can use whichever one you wish. Then we are going to need your Gemini die cutting machine. I'll just be using the Junior. You can use whichever one you want. Scoremaster, envelope creator, large guillotine, small pokey tool. We'll only do one pokey tool. Pokey tool. We've then got tape pen, tacky glue, red liner tape, 6mm. This is going to be good, but you can use a finer one if you want. Hook and loop. You can use magnetic dots instead if you want to, but you're also going to need gems and pearls. Gems and pearls are an optional. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. That is the main shopping list. If you go across onto my Facebook, Craig Laird CC, not only have I written that as well, you're going to find every single step all the way through that you can copy and paste, you can print it out till your heart's content, you can replicate it, you can write onto it, you can do whatever you like when it comes to that. It's there for you to follow along. And I will work my way through the list that I've done. So you can then follow me live, and you've got the written instructions there for yourself to follow. So they're across there on my Facebook page for you to have a look at, ready to go for Craft Along later on.
Going to be amazing. And then, of course, we will be bringing you that SmackDown cartload a little bit later on. Lucille says, I'm ready for the SmackDown. Bethan says, I'm ready for Craigomania. Why do I now have the Animaniac theme song stuck in my head? Remember the Animaniacs? We're the Animaniacs. I love Craigomania, says Rachel Norton. Bring it on. Craigomaniac here, says Annie Cagle. Marisol says, my nephew started wrestling this year. It's hard watching his matches because I don't want him to get hurt. I'm tense the whole time. I'd imagine that's is that like high school wrestling?
Must be,
I guess,
yeah.
Marisol, like the
Cool.
you know, like the Olympic style stuff, the grappling, Greco-Roman. Is that what they call it? I think. Can't wait to see the craft along, says Dawn Mayo. What a great gift for a pen pal. Yeah, we're going to be seeing that craft along a little bit later on, and of course we will show you some demos with those folders over the course of this show. However, we did want to have a bit of a look at what's coming up later for you, because the reason you've come along early, of course, is to see some of the SmackDown deals. So let's get cracking. Craig, first of all, this is Craig's Craft, Stick and Steel. He crafts, he sticks, he steals.
And it's a biggie that's inside the bag. Wait until you see everything that you've got. £50, $70. You're going to be saving £111.30 or $152.49. I think out of cartload shows or clearance shows I've done in the past, I'm going to say it right now, this is the best one that I have ever ever done. There is 2 items, and the guys can vouch for me. When we were going live, 4 minutes before we went live, I got the okay to add 2 extra things in. So up till 4 minutes before the show, they weren't included, but I managed to twist Emma's arm and get them included. So we'll show you that in a minute. So £50, $70, platinum even better at £40 or $56. This is what you're paying for. So I have put in total 20 items. This is what you're going to be paying for. So I've put in one of our Crafter Inspiration magazine. Now when it comes to this one here, can I just point out as well, when it comes to bags, boxes, 18 is about the max. And then, of course, 20.
That's why you got the big bag.
That's why I got the big bag, absolutely.
For the big show.
We've got this one. We've got here now, within that one there, it's worth $12.99 or $19.95.
Wow.
Already, look at that against the price. So you're paying for that one. We've also then got the concertina frame dies, $14.99 or $16.95. I've put in some nitwit, some of our embellishments here, because I love our embellishments that we've got within these ones here. So when it comes to these ones here, what I've done, I've gone in and added these in where they're worth, they're about $9.99, just below that in the UK. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But then I love our broderie anglaise dies. So I have managed to put our 5x7 Calais die in here. So this one is worth $14.99 or $16.99.
How's this?
Right, so that alone here in the UK is worth $50.96, okay? For you guys stateside, you're also going to be paying for that. So that's then going for you coming to $70.87, right? But this is what you're also now going to be getting free of charge, nothing.
Here we go.
So I've put in a little mixing palette.
Okay.
I've been using this a lot more at home. You'll see why over the coming weeks. So I've popped that one in for a specific reason. I'm not going to say it anymore at the moment, but there's a reason I've put that one in. Tri-blend brush markers I put in here. Now when it comes to these ones here, I absolutely adore these ones. This one is the Winter Holidays. So yes, it's the 3 pens, but it's 9 colours. It is the brush markers. So think of these as the Illustrator Forum in the tri-blends. That's included, free. I loved that Leanne was able to put in some of the blackboard stamps because I adored these ones. I was able to put one in as well. Guess what? Free.
Yes.
Secret Garden. Now we've got another Secret Garden craft along coming up in the next couple of weeks. Now this is a nice little refresh from this collection that was done a wee while ago. So that one I've put in there just in case anyone's not got any of the Nature Garden, maybe not ventured into the Secret Garden. I've put that one in there. It's free. We've just been featuring these over the last couple of days.
Oh, we have.
If you've seen that finished sample Debbie showed you yesterday with the vase, it's like cut off the edge. That's why I put that one in. So much love for that finished sample that I thought, right, let's put that one in. Maybe you don't want to go for the full collection, but you love that concept style of the card that Debbie showed you yesterday. I've put that one in there, free. We've got our Bell Countryside here. I adore this one. Now I love, of course, that horse. You've then got the outline as well, create the aperture if you want to, you know, go all the way back. My mum's always had horses, not so much over the last, 15 years or so.
Do you
but
ride?
when I was younger, yeah. Yeah, I've not ridden for for about 15 years or something like that.
But if I was to bring a horse in here now and said, get on that and ride up the road, you'd be able to do it, would you?
Yeah, yep. I could, yep. There we go.
Come on,
Bring in the horse.
Here he is. Pull the horse. Woo!
Yeah, doesn't look very good at 11:20 in the morning, does it? Let's move on. So, best gift ever. So we put that one in there. So if you've then got your best gift ever stamp, this is going to work very well with the punch if you've got. Of course, you can be using it on its own if you want to. That's in there. This one here, I love using this for doing my masking. I know you like this one. I think it's this one that you liked anyway. So that one there, I've put that one in photopolymer so you can do all your different stamping effects. I've got some Gildan flakes coming up. Use that with your Stay Sticky. And then, of course, instead of stamping with the ink, use your Gildan flakes on top of there. Knitwit. Now this one,
yes.
This one it wasn't an initial first thought, but then when I seen it last week on one of the shows, Nitwit shows, I was thinking, well, you know, springtime, it's perfect. Then of course summertime, the floral blooms. Then you're going into the winter time with the snow and that. But then I'm thinking, so good for the front of your cars for Halloween.
Yes.
Going in with your Halloween cars, you know, you can then colour it, distress it, that creaky sort of feel when it comes to that one there. So I've put that one in all year round.
There's loads in here, isn't there?
Oh, I've got loads.
Yay, gnomes.
Gnomes. So I've put the quirky sentiments in here.
Great.
8 of these ones here. So I thought it'd be nice to have just some fun, different sentiments that you could team any of the gnomes that you've got. If you've got no gnome collection whatsoever, you'll be able to still use these within some of your cards and projects. Then I added in another one of the Blackboard stamp sets. I was only going to put the one in. I was able to go back and then pop another one in. Make your dreams happen. You will get everything I'm showing. If you do go for more than one of these, you will duplicate. But we've then put in our fine tip applicator. You know that I always have mine at the side. All of us on the team use them. And many of you say, Craig, what is that you've got your glue in? That's what we've got here. I've put these ones in, the 2-pack. And then this is 4 minutes before we went live. This is where it was ending. We featured them yesterday.
Custard cream.
Custard creams. Custard creams. And there was a reason why I spent a few seconds yesterday talking about with Debbie how I don't necessarily use these in that pop-out forum. I love to use these as the front decorative mat and layer. So I've put that in there. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it until 4 minutes to 11 here in the UK. And I had a thought from yesterday, and I wasn't sure if it would work, and it did work. Remember the shaped creator card dies that Debbie had on yesterday?
Yeah.
Remember how I done a lovely song and dance about how the slipper would look really, really well as Dorothy and that luxury red cardstock?
You've done it, you little tinker.
I put it in. So if you bought the slipper yesterday, you'll be able to do exactly what I said yesterday, free of charge. Everything I've showed you there is free. And then we could not have a Craig's Craft stick in steel box without some foam. Not only have I put foam pads in there, it is the full foam sheets.
Nice.
I thought foam pads, foam sheets, let's go for the foam sheets. So we've done that.
These down to whatever size you want.
Whatever size you want. You die cut them till your heart's content if you want to. All of that. So to reiterate again, up until we went to go live, that was not included. There weren't anywhere near this. It was an 18-piece, which is like our max. But then what we've done is go again. This is what you're going to be paying for. So here in the UK, you're going to be paying for your Crafters. Thank you very much. Crafters Inspiration Magazine. You get the magazine, you get all the goodies and that to go with it as well. Everything's included. $12.99 or $19.95 that's worth. I've also put the Cali in that you are paying for. So when it comes to that one there, you can see the detail. If I move that forward, say $14.99, $16.99. Knitwit embellishment, $7.99 or $9.99. Then our concertina edge dies, corner dies, $14.99 or $16.95. So here in the UK, that's what you're paying for, and it comes to $50.96. For you guys stateside, if I add that in, that's what you're paying for, $70.87. But your price today is £50 or $70. Platinum is £40 or $56. But you're getting all of that completely free. This was what you're getting, no additional cost whatsoever. And then I've added them in.
Amazing.
Right at the very end. That is why, for me, that is my best bag that I have done. Absolute bottom line of the deals. When it comes to it, that is my one for the day. Far and beyond.
That is what you call a bag full of flair.
Woo!
Woo! £40, $56 if you're platinum. Go, go, go. We don't have a lot of those stock-wise, so you're going to need to be quick. Great craft stick and steel box, Craig, says Karen. Michelle says, such a great bag. Janine says, this is a rocking bag. Wow, Craig, says Dawn Braddock. I really need that tray, and I love the blackboard stamp, says Tracy Lofton. And Dawn Braddock says, I cannot wait to do that notelet set, the craft along. It's adorable. New Jersey checking in. Hello, Craig, Ben, and crew. Hello. Janine also just saying, I'm an old wrestling fan. Andre the Giant and Chief Jay Strongbow.
Yes.
Yes.
Now you're talking.
Classics there. And Laura's written you a little song. Ooh. We are Craig maniacs. We are crafty to the max. So just sit back and relax. You'll glue till you collapse with the Craig maniacs.
Yay! That is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Now, let's also have a look at some Super Smackdown savings. Craig's Super Smackdown savings, where he's popped together some amazing goodie bags for you. Oh no, hang on, yes, there we go. Yes, I was right. The Smackdown savings, we've got loads of these bags where there's loads and loads of great deals crammed into them. This one worth $61.94 or $74.82. It's all about your edgeables. And again, like, I don't know how he's managed to do this, whether he's got some of the team in headlocks, in arm bars, or what.
Over 55% saving.
I did a little bit of mathematics, and if you're a platinum member, basically that one there is the value of your bag, all right? And everything else that I'm about to show you, you're going to be getting for free. What would your finishing move be, I wonder, if you were, if you were...
We said it, yeah, mine would be the foil press.
Oh, the foil press.
Yeah,
The foil press slam.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I could be the foil master, and my finishing manoeuvre would be the foil press.
So you'd come in your foil press shirt, yeah? Yeah. Oh, and then like on the rack?
Yeah.
The torture rack?
Yeah, yeah.
Foil press. Mm-hmm. Who finished that? Was the Ultimate Warrior, wasn't it?
Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, and the gorilla press. Lifted them up and dropped them behind. That's so funny. So everything else that you're getting in this bag is coming to you for free. You've got the beautiful snowflake edgeable die from the Frosty and Bright collection. 2 stunning edgeables. This one is the fantastic foliage, the flourishing foliage, all of that beautiful detailing. And if you love dragonflies, that is covered in this bag as well with the beautiful dancing dragonflies. So pleased Craig's popped in one of these beautiful edgeables as well. The curved edgeables where you've got the detailing and then also the sentiment cut in as well. So that one there is sending all my love. Brilliant if you love to do your paper piecing, that one too. And then lastly, this beautiful die here, which is the Just For You, where you get the cut in and also the ability to have half of the messages popping over the top of your card or on the side of your card. That one is just for you. So look at that. That's free, that's free, that's free, that's free, that's free. If you're platinum, that's pretty much there, the value of your bag. And look at the saving again, almost £42 or $45, £16 or $24. Just worth bearing in mind again that with a lot of these deals tonight, especially when you're seeing these Smackdown savings, you're seeing the stick and steel bag, we don't have huge quantities. So you've done the right thing by getting in this morning. Don't then go, oh, I've seen the deals, I'll come back tonight and grab them then. A lot of these will be hanging on by a thread. They'll be hanging on like the belt hangs on in a, what's that called? A ladder match.
A ladder match, yeah.
So get the deals this morning and then come back and watch more this evening. So that was your Smackdown Savings Edgeables bag. Craig is going to lay the smacketh down right now with some Spectrum Noir savings.
I do indeed, yeah. So this is Craig's Super Smackdown savings when it comes to Spectrum Noir, £20, $30. Now, when it comes to this one here, we've got an abundance of goodies from Spectrum Noir. Now, this is what you're going to be paying for. So you're going to be paying for... I can't believe I actually got the okay to do this. We've put in one of our new tri-colour brush.
In the burgundy barrels?
The burgundy barrel. Why do you think I put that one in? burgundy barrel. So this is what you're going to be paying for. Now, you're going to be saving over 40% when it comes to this. So you have got your art liners. Now, your art liners here are worth $12.99 or $17.99. And then when it comes to your tri-colour brush, it is worth $9.99 or $14.95. There you go. But then, what I've done is I've gone in with a Classique. Now, it was I'm sure it was a Surf Blue, it was, yes it was. Surf Blue Classique that I've put in. Now, it is a one standalone colour. When we say Classiques, Ben, we talk about blending and shading. Remember, it's an alcohol pen. Colour your ribbons, colour your card, colour your gems, colour your pearls. Colour all of these, you know, even though it's a standalone colour, you might think, well, what can I do with that? Do all your colouring when it comes to your embellishments. Your metals, all of those. Go in with your fizzy juice cans and then die cut them and then colour over the top if you want to. So that's why I've put that one in. Then I also put in an Illustrator pen. I put in burgundy, not in a barrel.
Not in a barrel?
But just burgundy.
So you've got burgundy barrels and burgundy?
I do, yeah. So I've got burgundy Illustrator pen in here, so that'll give you a little taster of it, just in case you've maybe not experienced the Illustrators yet. I know there is many, and I'm sure some of you out there will vouch for me. There's many of you that started with the tri-blends, went into Classiques, that have not quite gone over into Illustrators. You don't want to dip your toe, you know, when it comes to a full set or even a partial set. Do you know what? Maybe you just want to have that feel. Maybe you've seen Debbie and Leanne and Jan and all that talking about the flicking action. Maybe you want to know, well, how much pressure do I put? Great one to do your testing for. So that one's in there. I've gone in with another one as well, which is the purple. So we've gone in with the purple, Crafter's Companion purple, also an Illustrator. You've got that lovely flexible brush nib as well as the fine nib at the other end. And then, can I just say, free by the way. And then to top this one up, and I've led on from something you've done in the past because I know you got for doing it.
You haven't, have you?
So I've done it.
You
so we've
don't
gone
like to do that anymore?
We've gone in with...
Not allowed to do it anymore.
Yeah, I think Leanne's the only one that never got into trouble for doing it, didn't she? Because, well, it's Leanne, of course you can.
You're in trouble.
I am indeed, big time. But there what? You're going to benefit from it, all of that. So you're going to be keeping in mind, that is our new alcohol pens that just launched on birthday event end of last year, October. And then you've got these ones here. So that one is giving you your 3-in-1. It's your tri-colour brush. It is your Fresh Succulent, Sunlit Leaves and Deep Forest. If you're unfamiliar with these ones, we talk about blending in colour families. These ones are all about colouring different colour families that have all been done for you. So that one there is worth $9.99, or for you guys stateside, it's worth $14.95. And then our art liners. So if you love your Centangling, maybe you love Sandra Rushton and her Santangling, maybe you just like to use them for our maybe journaling, going around the edges, the faux stitching, anything like that. Is alcohol, so what you can then do is you can then, maybe you stamp a stamped impression out and you miss a little line. You've maybe not used your large magnetic stamping platform and you want to use the image, but you've just got that little line that's missing. Connect it with one of these little art liners. That one there, when it comes to that set there, it's worth $12.99 or $17.99. Your price today that you're paying, £20 or $30. You're saving $15.94 or $20.70. Even better at Platinum, it's £16 or $24. That is not including what you're getting for free. 2 of your Illustrators, one being purple, one being burgundy. You're also going to get your Surf Blue when it comes to your Classique, and then a full bottle of your glossy highlights. Great for adding those little glossy dots. Maybe you like your dewdrops, but you want to do your own sized ones. You can do that. Remember, what you can do is use the backing off of your foam pad sheets and do the dots on them, let them dry, and then pick them off, and then you've got your own little embellishments you can use whenever you want. So that's another cracking one that I'm really proud of when it comes to the Spectrum Noir Smackdown savings deals.
Absolutely brilliant. These are great, aren't they? Loads of people jumping in and grabbing these deals already. Make sure you grab them this morning because things will be disappearing ahead of cartload. I think this next bag is certainly one of my favourites. Your Stamp and Dies. Oh, are we doing embossing, are we? Oh, hang on. What? Hey, Stamp and Dies. I've definitely got the right one in front of me. Definitely got the right one. And again, value for money in this bag is off the chart. This is worth $87.92 or $98.68, and this is a real Craig bag. There's a couple of items in here which made me go, yeah, Craig has definitely put this together. I'll tell you for why in just a second, but the value here is immense. So I'll show you two items, which is your value of the bag. A beautiful set. So this comes from the Bell Countryside collection. That one is your statement floral. So you've got that beautiful floral spray. And those sentiments to go with it. What we love about this, of course, is that you do get the die to be able to cut out your image that you've coloured in. One of my absolute favourite sets, and once again, perfect for this time of year because it will be Easter before we know it. This is fun. The little bunny, which you can use to create your penny sliders with. Now, of course, you can use all the individual elements separately. You can just stamp them onto your cards, stamp them and die cut them, and pop them on as you want on a normal card. But of course, with this, you've got the ability to create that really cool card using like a penny or a 5p. To have your bunny sliding through that track. I think that's going to be so much fun to create some really great Easter cards with the kids. Now, those two items there, that is the value of your bag. You're paying for that. Everything else is coming to you for free. For free. Free. These are brilliant. Your shadow sentiment stamp and dies. Just such a cool effect this creates.
Yeah.
Kind of like a really 3D, almost like the sentiment is like flying through the air.
Yes, isn't it?
And this one is the blessed to have you in my life. So again, a really nice sentiment to have just for those just because cards where you don't need like a specific event to send them. You've got that there. Then you've got from the Enchanted Dreams collection, I think the most amazing stamp and die set, that Up and Away, which is the hot air balloon made out of hydrangea flowers.
Yeah.
I think absolutely stunning. Again, 4 stamps and dies included in there. There's a little, the next two coming up after this one, tells me this is a Craig bag. But you've then got one of our beautiful characters, the Peace and Joy, that beautiful angel. Absolutely brilliant if you want to create little tags for gifts or maybe little bookmarks. These are perfect for. Once again, that is coming to you for free. Now, how you've managed to wangle this, I do not know. The Sweet Roses colourable creator card dies.
Yeah.
How have you managed to do that? Because you had one of the others in the other bag, and now this is in this bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. How? How did I do it? How did I do it? I don't know. A lot of persuasion, a lot of charm.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So that's included in there for free. And then this next one also tells me that this is a Craig bag from the Farmhouse collection.
Jack and Vera.
Jack and Vera. it's the ducks.
It is.
The geese, the ducks flying by to say hi. That's worth $14.99 on its own, but you're getting it for free. And then so many of you recently have been saying how much you love Connie Fong. And from the Angel Inspiration set, you've got the beautiful Connie Fong, the little boy there. Mm-hmm. Absolutely beautiful. Stamps and dies. But what I love about this is that it's the Friendship Angel, is that you've got the little pets to go with that as well.
Yeah.
Which is super, super cute. That is a brilliant, I've got to tell you, that is a brilliant mystery bag.
And that's why I've put that one in, is because it is the boy, but you can use the die to die cut them out, or simply fussy cut the wings away, and you've got a cute little boy there that you could be using for sons, daughters, well, yeah, of course, daughters. You know, if you want to colour the hair, change the colour of the hair, it could be a girl with short hair, of course it could.
Yeah.
But yeah, little boys at birthdays, celebrations, great way to use it.
Absolutely right. Just the fact that you've got little pets in there as well, if you want to send little, pet cards, you can. I love that. I love that. Really, really fantastic. Free when you buy those two in the bag. Again, you've got to be swift. We do not have a huge amount of any of these Smackdown bags, so do go quickly. I tell you what, putting together a great show.
I tried.
You still got it. You still got it.
I do indeed. Hopefully I've still got it with this next one. Just say, before anyone says, yes, I know obviously before Jack and Vera it was Stan and Helga Ogden, but of course, my time of Coronation
What, in the House
Street.
of the Ducks?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it was Helga Ogden and Stan first in the House with the Ducks.
Oh.
And then Jack and Vera were in. And then now currently it's Fizz and Tyrone.
Who is it?
Fizz and Tyrone. Yeah, they're back together again. Yeah, I know. Just can't make their mind up.
Fizz and Tyrone?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Dawn's wanting to know whether you twisted Sarah's arm on your long car trip. Did you twist her arm and get her in a headlock and give her a bit of a nuggie?
I
Figure 4 leg lock.
Figure 4 in the car. Figure 4 leg lock. there may be a little bit of, yes, negotiations going on in the car with some things.
Right.
Yes. So most of it was leisure talk. There was a few little bits. I felt like I was in the den trying to negotiate a good deal.
Mm. And you've done it?
I think I've done it.
Yeah.
Including this one here.
Let's have a look.
You ready for this? Now, within this one here is courses, your Craig. Super Smackdown saving embossing. £20, $30, £16 or $24. Now, you are going to be essentially paying for these ones here.
Yep.
Now, both of these ones are £12.99 or $14.95.
Best cut and embossed folder ever, that Country Lane one.
Yeah, do you think so?
I think it's
you
brilliant.
Like that one?
Yeah.
You like that one. Well, I've put these ones in here. So that's what you are paying for, right? For free, Ben.
Yeah.
Folders, a range of 3D cut and emboss. You're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for free. One, I cannot wait to show you because I love the collection, my favourite collection. And if you remember, you may remember, I said to Leanne that this was my favourite collection in the past. You'll get to it in a minute. Okay. So this is what you are getting completely free. 5x7 3D embossing folders. Think of the techniques. Run it through straight in cardstock. Perfect. Go through with your vellums, do your letterpress techniques. Later on, when it comes to the texture embossing folders, I'll show you some other techniques as well with those. But you've got your 3D embossing folder. What you've then got, because this is one of my favourite ones from Christmas, 'tis the season. Ooh. I adore that poinsettia corner 3D embossing folder. Absolutely adore it. I think it's going to be a favourite for a very, very long time. Just to say, this is the reason that we've not got many, actually, this and the other one I'm going to show you is the reason that we've not got many. Then I've put in our DL/Slimline embossing folder as well. Lovely because you can simply run it through, a little bit of colour, sentiment in the middle, done. That's all. That's included. Then with our swirling lace, we've gone in, which is our 5x7 3D embossing folder. Then this is one that's not seen a lot, and I've managed to get my hands on it, which is our duo. So this is our duo embossing folders. So you've got your 5x5 plus you've got your little panel emboss, cut and emboss folder along the bottom. So you can elongate it if you want. You can then use them separate if you want to. It's up to you. But the smaller one along the bottom that's got the detail that cuts. Then this is the one I'm so excited for, Ben, because all the way back, Sarah's signature Rose Garden collection. Wow. One of my, if not my absolute favourite all-time collections of Sarah's signature. I had no idea we had anything like this remaining.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
If you not, no. The collection was absolutely beautiful. I used this folder a lot, and then when I heard that we had something from the Rose Garden, I didn't think it was going to be the folder, which it was, so I've managed to put that one in as well. That one and that one was a late edition, not quite as late as 4 minutes towards the show, but this is one that I was able to put in yesterday. So you were going to be getting these ones for free. And then as of yesterday, I was able to twist arms because I had to check with Chris in the warehouse that we did have quantity enough to fulfill this embossing bag. So all of that, you're going to be £20 or $30. Look at that saving. You are saving £46.92, or for you guys stateside, you're going to be saving $30. You're saving over 60%. It comes down to a platinum price of £16. Wow. £16 or $24 for all of these. Cut and emboss, 3D. New to our families within some of the collections, your Rose Garden, which is going back a good couple of years. You know, some of these are very, very hard to find. All of these ones. So they're the two that you're paying for, Ben, and these are the ones that you're going to get for free.
Absolutely fantastic. That is a brilliant, brilliant bag. These are disappearing. They're flying. Lots of people watching already. A lot of you love that last stamp and die bag with Alison just saying the little boy, the Connie Fong does that you're talking about, has sold me this bag. Great bag for the florals and foliage. The Spectrum Noir bag, says Maricel. And Alison just saying, I love my Illustrator pens. This next bag, wow, I tell you what, if you're looking for like a championship bag, this is it right here. A Sarah signature signature mystery bag with a 76% saving. This should be £123 pretty much, $148. Look at that saving. That's incredible, isn't it? More than anything else, £92, $108 off. Where else do you see these kind of savings? Only here with us, and then you get your discount on top of that as well, of course, don't forget. So if you're platinum, £24 or $32, this is just, like a mystery bag of dreams here, because you've got some really wonderful selections from various Sarah signatures, including the dancing dragonfly. So you've popped in the beautiful water lily frame. I would say that's one of the most sought after pieces of that collection. So many people love that frame, don't they?
They do. They really, really do.
You've got the couple of beautiful dragonflies within that too. Once again, perfect if you like to do things like your colouring and your paper piecing. If you're big into making things like your albums, then you're going to absolutely love this next die set, which is in there, your spellbinding borders. 5 dies in there, which you can use individually, but as you can see, layer up absolutely beautifully to create the most detailed edges to your cards, boxes, and like I say, your albums and journals as well. Those 2 items there, that's the value of your bag, all right? Everything else you're about to see is free, which is incredible. Vintage butterflies, one of my personal favourite die sets, is also included for free. This is your Marvellous Mariposa, where again, you've got the ability to create this really stunning, almost like postage stamp effect with that stunning butterfly coming to the fore. We've then got some edgeables in from the Say It With Flowers collection. That is the beautiful statement floral bouquet. The detail in that is absolutely wonderful. Then from the Frosty and Bright collection, one of our biggest selling Christmas collections from just a little while back, you've got the Merry Christmas sentiment. This comes in stamp and die form. So you've got your Christmas there in die form, and then all of these other stamps to kind of create that bespoke Christmas message. So wishing you a joyous Christmas and a happy new year, Merry Christmas, the magic of Christmas. There's loads of different ways to be able to really bespoke that sentiment for whoever you're sending it to. Also from that collection, you've got this edgeable, the Happy Christmas. I feel like when the Frosty and Bright was launched, either I was away or I wasn't on the show with it. I feel like I've not... Johnny's just gone, shock. Ben was away. I feel like I've not seen those 2 before, ever. That and that. I feel like I've not seen them. George has just said it was during Ben's sabbatical. I didn't feel like I've not seen those 2. All right, everybody. All right.
I was saying that yesterday. When it comes to here in the UK, you have more holidays than Holly and Phil. When are you next off? When's your next wee holiday?
Tuesday to Thursday next week. But that was not a planned holiday. My dad won a little break, right, at this resort, and he won it, which is amazing. And he said the only person he wanted to go with was me.
Aww.
So I couldn't let my old dad down, could I? So I had to take a few days off to go with him. So that's the reason why. So otherwise I would have been here. I'm glad I'm going with him, but I'm gutted that I'm not going to be here next week, because on those days where I'm off, we've got some amazing launches, but that's next week anyway. Also from the
I'm glad you're off, because I get one of these launches on that side.
Yeah.
I'm with Sarah on one of the days for a very good launch, very colourful launch. A
very colourful launch, which is going to rock the world.
It is, indeed.
And it's going to fly out the door. Happy birthday, that sentiment set from the Say It With Flowers collection for free. We're still going here. You're going to get the wonderful unicorn from the Enchanted Dreams collection. That's that decorative unicorn. On top of that, my favourite stamp set, which comes from the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. That stamp set, which is entitled, I think it's called... What is it called, that one? Christmas Eve. I just love that. The 2 little children gazing out of the window, searching for Father Christmas. Really, really evocative, that stamp set, and you're getting it for free. You're then getting the Christmas trees from the Watercolour Christmas collection. So these quirky Christmas tree dies, a lot of fun. And then also, finally, for free, from the Country Lane collection, really brilliant these if you like to kind of build up your scenes and make sort of 3D cards. These perennials in pots, I think, will work across a whole multitude of different collections. So everything that you're seeing there, you're getting for free. So look, Country Lane goodies, Watercolour Christmas, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, Enchanted Dreams, Say It With Flowers. We've got items here that You just can't believe that we're popping them into mystery bags. All of that is for free.
Eddie Guerrero coming.
Where you get those 2 items. Everything I've just shown you there, £24 or $32. That is incredible. There's been so many great deals already. I think that's got to be one of the best, right up there. A few more comments coming through. Such a great collection, says Adriana. I've been playing with the 3D botanical folders, getting more comfortable. And Lucille Vega says, Craig, you are giving us the burning hammer and the Ganso bomb of deals. I literally moonsaulted, I know that one.
I know that one.
Off the couch to get to my computer to buy. Great deals, says Lucille.
Thank you.
Wow.
I've tried.
Who was the burning hammer? Kenta Kobashi. What about the Ganso bomb? You have to look. I'll have to have a little bit of a look.
Yeah, I remember Adam Bomb. Yeah, Adam Bomb. Yeah, I remember at WrestleMania 10.
Yeah.
Very, very, very first main wrestling pay-per-view I ever seen. It was from Madison Square Garden, and it was Adam Bomb versus Macho Man Randy Savage. It was a Falls Count Anywhere. They went into the back of Madison Square Garden, backstage, and they had this sort of apparatus thing, and Adam Bomb was on the floor. Macho Man Randy Savage tied his legs with the rope, pulled him up, tied the rope so Adam Bomb couldn't move, and Macho Man went back to the ring and he won by a count out. I always remember that. Always remember that.
That's
good. You need to have a look. WrestleMania 10 is one of the classics. It is one of the classics.
What was the main event of that one?
Main event. So the main event, actually, it was a double because it was the first time Bret the Hitman Hart agreed to fight his brother Owen, because they'd fallen out, and Bret, being older brother, was like, "I'm not fighting my younger brother. I'm not fighting. So he did, and he lost. But then at the end of the night, Bret the Hitman Hart was facing Yokozuna for the championship belt, and he won, and all the guys from backstage came running out and lifted him up on the shoulder. So although he lost his brother, he actually won the championship belt later on that night. Because Rowdy Piper was the ref, if I remember correctly. Special
what a
guest
memory
referee.
you've got.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, there you go.
Don't ask me what's going on in the news just now. Ask me what happened in the wrestling all these years ago. I can remember some of them.
This is the thing, not only are you going to get great deals today, but of course you're going to get all of this wrestling knowledge too, whether you like it or not. Let's have a look at your SmackDown savings, tools and essentials.
Absolutely. Now, yeah, exactly that. Tools and essentials here. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. Many of these items you're probably going to have at home. But I thought what would be good if I put another tool bundle together, because I know obviously, you know, I use mine, I'm out on the road if I'm going to Hobby Maker, or that I was about to say the other store there, if I'm going to Hobby Maker, and I have a set here. But there is no harm in having extras about, you know, if you are going to craft clubs or crops. So £20, $30, you're going to save over 20% here. £16 or $24. Not sure if you can see that running theme that I've kind of managed to agree with when it comes to Emma and the pricing of these ones here. So I've gone in with the 4x4 stamping platform here. Lovely size with the stamps that I've put in with many of these bags. They're going to work perfectly. So that one is worth £9. So £9 or $14, $14.99 I believe, that one there. So you're going to get that one there. Ben, I've even put our tweezers.
Oh, nice.
Now I've put the tweezers, and not that there's a reason to put them in, but if you've seen myself and Debbie yesterday, we were both completely honest and said we don't use them a lot. However, there is always a time and a need for them. Maybe that you aren't, you don't have great dexterity when it comes to picking up with fingers. These are always going to be great. You know, Jan uses them a lot as well. Debbie does use them occasionally throughout. So I thought, although and again, hands up, although I don't use them a lot, they are a beneficial tool to have within your crafty stash. So you've got all 4 of them there. The ones that I do use, if I ever use them, is the reverse ones. They're so good. So instead of gripping them, pressing to grip, all you just do is you just let them go.
Those are the pterodactyl tweezers, I think I call them. Yeah.
It is, yeah. That one alone is worth that little set. So I've put them ones in there. What I've then done is put in our ruler. So we've gone in with our metal edge ruler, because then of course you've got all the lines. These are the additional lines that I use if I'm doing mats and layers on my guillotine, but I want finer mats and layers. I've showed you with my craft knife how you can start to line up when it comes to these grids here, but you can then do the measurements with your paper piecing if you want. We always need bone folders as well. These are two that I use. I don't use one or the other over each other. I use them both. It's literally whichever one my hand grabs to first, because they're both very, very easy to hold. And they are an absolute must when it creates that perfect fold when it comes to your card. Any folding that you do, burnish it, either with your purple scoring tool, or the best thing, because that's what it's for when it comes to the job, is the actual bone folders. We then had to go in with the crimpler.
Oh, yes.
We had to add the crimpler in here. So we've gone in with the crimpler here, added that one in to add the little distressed detail all the way around the edges of your card. Or if you are a soft craft, then just a nice way to nick the thread. And last but by no means least, of course, we couldn't put one in without the Poke Tools. Double pack of the Poke Tools there. They are, from us at Crafters Companion, absolutely super sharp. They need to be. Pointless having Poke Tools that aren't sharp, because that doesn't do the job. So you do have the protective caps on the top, but yeah, if you've tried other Poke Tools and you're not getting on great with them, just to let you know, they are super sharp, and they are going to do the job that you need. So all of that essential tools that many of you will already have within your crafty stash, but I think if there's anything that you want to treat yourself to when it comes to tools for yourself, or of course maybe you're going to be using them as gifts, of course, then you can do that. $30 or £20. £20 or $30, that gives you a saving over £20. And these are also, every single one of these, Ben, these are ones that I would reference where I would say we don't need to do discounts on these. We never ever have to do discounts on these, because these are key tools that you would spend your money on the full price, because you need them, they're useful. But putting them on that discount, £16 platinum or $24, that is for me an essential from today too.
Absolutely. Maricel says, I like tweezers to hold elements when I'm auditioning the placement. What a great way of putting things, when you audition the placement. I like that. My fingers then don't get in the way of what it would look like in the place. Perfect use of the tweezers. Evelyn Boyd says, Craig, my wrestling hero, the same wrestlers that you love, I do too. What a SmackDown saving deals. I've saved a bundle. Thank you. Thank you. And Jerry Johnson says, the dollars are flying out of my bank account. So many great deals. And Carol McDaniel just says, Craig, when you remember wrestling events, it makes me think of my brother. He loves wrestling, and we used to watch together as kids. And Carolyn Wilson says, my grand's favourite was Roddy Piper.
And he's actually passed that legacy on to Rowdy Ronda Rousey, you know, the female UFC fighter that's now in the WWE, who's great friends. And he passed his Roddy Piper jacket that he always wore, now Ronda Rousey wears when she goes to the ring in the WWE. So yeah.
Well, listen, it's been a great first hour, hasn't it? We've had so many great deals. We've got more deals to come. We'll chat more as well about that craft along we've got coming up before the big cartload a little bit later. But listen, if you have got any of these deals so far in your basket, then you do need to get to the checkout. So we will let you do that, and we will come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
1, 2, 3,
ring the
count
bell!
out!
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Anna E. Cagle says, I'm from the era when the wrestlers were flabby, hairy, had big guts, suits like skin, and we watched on black and white TV, which made it look really creepy. That vision is still stuck in my head. That was kind of, because I started watching wrestling on Saturday because my Gramps was really big into wrestling. It was World of Sport on ITV, and those were the wrestlers then when you had the likes of, we had Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks. And all those kind of wrestlers, and that's when they really were. Like Giant Haystacks was a massive, massive guy.
Really was.
He went to the WWE or WWF as it was then for a little while after.
He did, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's probably the same stuff that I was brought up on.
Do you know what's lovely, Ben? You know, I know, we'll have a laugh and we'll have a joke, certainly with yourself, that dip into the wrestling. Johnny's the same as well, like with Leo and that. But what's lovely is when you hear people no interest in wrestling, but you remember it from watching with your grandparents, or, you've no interest in, but your grandson or your granddaughter watches it, and you kind of get little references that we are saying, or if you don't get the references, you get the names or that, and that's what's lovely as well, So whether you're just like, oh my gosh, they're talking about wrestling, because so many of you can then obviously go back to when you were younger with parents, grandparents, that's always lovely to hear, because these are really going back years, although maybe a little bit before my time. I know who you're on about because my granddad used to talk about them, and then nowadays, you see them on YouTube and all these old clips. Sometimes the WWE on certain shows will bring up really old footage of way back here in the UK because WWE huge in America as it is in the UK.
Yeah.
So it's lovely to hear those stories.
Absolutely right. Keep them coming in, and also let us know what you're shopping for today as well. What deals have you already bagged? We would love to know. Now, it would not be, would it not, a Craig show, a cartload show, if it didn't have one of his absolute faves in it, foam pads, and you popped together a brilliant deal here, haven't you?
A brilliant deal, and so much so, my surprise has just been blown by the details on the screen there. So, you are going to be getting your foam pads, new packaging, new little bit of a release. If you know that you like the release of our foam on a roll, then you're going to enjoy these ones. Although I can say that our foam pads anyway have the most incredible release. These ones are even better. You've got your full pack of your 3D small foam pads. You've also got your full pack of your large 3D foam pads. So it's still the same sizes and that you may be familiar with in the old packaging. As you say, it's new packaging, that little bit more of an ease of release. And for free, you're always saying, Craig, what tape are you using?
Oh, what tape are you using?
4 rolls of your double-sided finger lift tape. This is the tissue tape that you tear. This is the one that you just add to the back, and we will show you. We'll show you later on as well, because Ben, you can use your Gildan flakes on these ones as well if you want to. Let's very, very quickly, because this is how I do it. Let's bring in our guillotine, because we've got that we'll be showing you as well throughout the day. But if I just go in with a bit of black cardstock. So let's say 5 by 5, and then let's go in at 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. And I tell you what, let's come round down to 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. So when it comes to this layer here, let's bring in the finger lift tape. Now you've got 2 different widths. So you've got 4 rolls in total.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 of your thicker width, and then you've got 2 of your finer. That is about 6 mil, and that one is about 9 mil into here. So let's go in with one of them. Finger lift tape, what is that? Now it is actually as it sounds. So it is finger lift. I tell you what, let's do this one on this one, because you'll see it better. So what I do is, you can either go all the way around. Sometimes you'll see me with my tape all the way around. Sometimes you'll see it all the way across. The main thing is, you've got a really good coverage. Now, it's finger lift, because you can simply go in with your fingernail and peel it back. So you can simply go under and peel. Yeah. You'll see there that the actual width of the adhesive tape is thinner than the backing, and that is what enables you to do that finger lift. Now, I predominantly, as though I can use my fingernail, I will predominantly still just use my poke tool, Ben, and just get my poke tool underneath. But
is that sticky as, or as sticky as your like your tape pen, for example?
Oh, very sticky. Yeah, very sticky. Think of it as your adhesive form. Instead of in tape runner, it is. I've clearly not cut that straight. Instead of it being on your tape runner, it is into a full tissue roll.
Right.
So, as you can see, nothing different when it comes to matting and layering, but it's just going on straight on. Very quick, very simple, because you've got that tear, because you can get your fingernail underneath. It could be your poke tool, it could be your tweezers, of course. And although these are fresh, new today, in the new packaging, they're coming home with me. What you can then do, of course, all the different sizes with your foam pads. Even with foam pads, we've got Gildan flakes on the show. So instead of, in actual fact, can you see how it is that the backing comes off within these ones here? Very, very simply, straight off into position, onto the back. So either put glitter on them, either put your Gildan flakes on them, micro beads on them. Although your foam pads and your tape is there for you to do your layers and create height with the foam pads, nothing's stopping you from going over with all your different mediums, such as glitters or maybe your flakes, anything like that. It's a nice way to create additional faux embellishments. Foam pads, go over with your flakes, flatten it out, then go over with the glossy highlights, let it dry, and you get that gorgeous, that raised, that smooth sort of enamel effect. But there, 3D foam pad and tape. It works out $33.98, both here in the UK, or $39.98. Works out, that's what you're paying for, your 2 packs of foam pads. All of these, because there is loads within the large, and you've also got loads within the small. $27.18 or $31.98. However, for no additional cost, we're going to give you your finger lift tape, which you see me using quite a lot on a lot of my cards, a lot of my projects, completely free.
My favourite type of adhesive, says Dawn Braddock, double-sided sticky tape. I haven't tried the gilding flakes with the tape yet, says Mary Kay Knoll. Well, maybe you can give it a go. $27.18 or $31.98 is the platinum price there. Hi, guys, says Joanne Moll. There was a big wrestling event at Alexander Palace and was told they would send us some good seats as he was only 4. Not only did we get ringside, but we were where the wrestlers walked in, says Joanne Moll.
Wow.
Thank you, Teresa says, so I grew up watching Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Jake the Snake, and the Junkyard Dog.
Yeah. Brutus the Barber, Beefcake.
Yes. Oh, yeah. He used to cut people's hair off, didn't he? Teresa says, yes, Texas Tornado.
Psycho Sid.
Psycho Sid.
Or Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious, yeah. Teresa says she used to watch it with her mum, and she still watches this day every Monday and every Friday. Her mum watches it. So
years ago, I went to a wrestling event when they were in Aberdeen. Do you remember Harcourt Hawley?
Yeah,
Harcourt Hawley. So he was. I was at the ringside. I was right at the side. So I was like that, yay, because they were coming. I was like, yeah. So he's coming down. Smacked my hand. My hand was numb for about 2 days. It was so blooming sore that because obviously I was a lot younger then. You know,
so he's hardcore.
Because he's Hardcore Holly, absolutely. Yeah. You know, this was ages ago. This was about 6 months ago. No, I'm joking. This must have been about 20 years ago. So I was a lot smaller back then, and it stung big time. Absolutely stung. But I had a blast.
I love the Hollies because there was Crash Holly, wasn't there?
There was,
and then Molly Holly.
And Molly Holly. She's back in it. She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes now.
Does she?
Yeah, she was a big part in the Women's Royal Rumble this year as to how it was predetermined.
Well, there you go. See, all this knowledge.
All this knowledge. You're going to go home later on tonight and be like,
yeah, forgot it all.
What
about this next deal where basically you buy all of the goodies and you get the Craft and Carry workstation for absolutely free, nada nothing. That's how I've worked this one out in my little mind here. £36 or $44 for this set. And again, normally when we bring you these workstations, we kind of fill them with a few bits and pieces just to sort of show you the kind of things that you can store. And we go, oh, but you don't get the goodies within the actual workstation for free. You do get these included today. And actually what's happening is you're buying these 3 items and you're getting the workstation for free today. And can I just say, how on earth have we got this beautiful everyday coloured luxury mirror card on a deal? I thought this had disappeared long since, long gone, but it is here and available in this deal. Luxury, beautiful foiled mirror card that we've got here with a whole host of different designs on, from your florals. Always very difficult to show you this side of the studio, but from your florals to your chevrons in gold and green. Take a look here at that beautiful, almost like fleur-de-lis effect that you've got going on the peach there. We've got more beautiful floral designs. Butterflies included in here too in the silver. We've got your spots and your dots. There's hearts there too. I mean, it is an absolutely beautiful pad on its own. 32 sheets, 250 GSM. You pay for that. We then also give you one of our very handy craft knives. Comes with 5 replacement blades too. And you're then going to get the 3-roll of our low-tack tape. So you pay for those 3 items, and then it's like for free, we then give you the workstation, the Craft and Carry workstation. These are just brilliant. And once again, you know, if you are someone perhaps who doesn't have a designated craft room, I think items like this are absolutely perfect. This one will actually pack up and fold away if you're not using it, or maybe you want to take a few items with you on holiday and you want to pack this in your suitcase. It will do that, no problem at all. And what I love about this, it's difficult to show you in the black, but it does have little hook and loop tabs down the front here, so you can section off and have smaller pockets if you want, or if you just want to fold those back and store longer things in there, like your pens, for example, or any of your tools. You've got the ability to do that. Same on the kind of second level here as well. You've got another pocket just there which can fold back, so you can make the actual storage in there even bigger, or you can compartmentalize items. There's elasticated pockets on the side here as well, and they do really fit a lot. And then up the top, plenty of room. Again, difficult to show you in black, but that is really deep, really capacious, as Leanne would say, to store things in, like your paper pads. It will fit in, no problem at all. If you're getting that small guillotine today, which is coming up potentially later on a very good deal, that will fit in there, no problem. Your plates will fit in there. We've even thought about everything, popped in spaces down the side here again, so that would fit in your rulers, maybe some again of your tools can slot down the side. And as we go around the back, once again, really deep pockets in there to store more of your plates, more of your folders. It's just such a brilliant storage system, and you're getting that for free within this bundle when you buy those 3 items. Should be costing you almost £75 today, $90.92. Look at the saving that you're making, and look at that platinum price, £36 or $44. An incredible deal. Snap that one up. As people begin to wake up, particularly across the pond, more of these deals will begin to disappear. Now, if I was a betting man, which I'm not.
Don't say what's coming next.
Okay, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would have had a bet that what you're about to see in a minute was definitely going to feature on a Craig show, so I would have won lots of money.
Yeah, would you? Would you have guessed it would be down to a price that we've got it to?
I knew what you're about to show us would be coming up, because I know how much you love these things. But the deals that you have done, I would not have expected you to have been able to do in a million years.
You can tell by the grin on my face, because I honestly, that's actually, maybe shouldn't message Anne-Marie later on to let her know that we've done this here. Are you ready for some hunky-dory?
Come on.
Ready for some hunky-dory? Half price. Half price deals. These are all very limited stock. This is your spring Birdsong luxury topper collection. A hunky-dory full topper background card collection, half price. £9.99 or $14.49. That is at half price. However, platinum price, although it's hunky-dory, you still get your platinum price. $7.99 or $11.59 for your spring Birdsong luxury topper. And guess what season we're going into? Springtime. When you've got all of these. Then what you're going to need to complement the inside is your spring Birdsong luxury card inserts. $4.99 or $7.24. Half price, $3.99 or $5.79. Now, you don't have to use these with the past collection. It works perfectly together, but these are perfect for just background papers. Use them as backgrounds if you want to, if you don't want to go for that collection. At that price, it's exceptional. It is, of course, on their incredible cardstock and papers that Hunky Dory do. Half price, 3 of each design within these ones here. Get it before it's gone.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Parchment, not vellum.
Price.
Parchment papers. Now look at that. Yeah, it's spring birdsong. Nothing says birds about that. It is springtime. £4.99. Again, this is Hunky Dory parchment printed papers. That's going to work with the inserts. That's going to work with the collection. However, it works as a standalone. That's going to work for your delightful daisies if you want to. That's going to work for your butterfly collections if you want to. Just some of your simple dies as a background. Perfect. $4.99 though, or $7.24. Half price, however, platinum price. I'm going to say it again. This is parchment. £3.99 or $5.79. We cannot put these in bundles because we've got such low quantities of them. That low that we can't actually or should not go to a half price, but we've done it.
Yeah.
But then maybe you don't want to go for the spring side. Maybe you want to have a look at a little bit of fairy blossoms. This says printed parchment again. Fairy Blossoms, printed parchment. Do you know what? Just forget about the title, Fairy Blossoms. Just look at the gorgeous pastel springtime tones that you've got when it comes to these. You're getting what you see on the screen plus another one. So that's 2 of each that you're getting. £4.99 or $7.24, half price. Platinum price, however, goes down to $3.99 or $5.79. Do you know what? Do your investigating afterwards when it comes to plain, non-printed parchment paper, and you'll see how much that is costing, but that is phenomenal for that one. You might like your decoupage like I do. Now this one you do have to do the fussy cutting.
Yeah.
You do need to do your fussy cutting. Elements of these ones you can simply just cut out straight with your guillotine and pop on your cards. Now this one here, it is your lovely ladies. This is your decoupage book with 72 sheets, $5.99 or $8.74. That is again at a half price. Platinum, however, comes down to $4.79 or $6.99. Yes, it's decoupage book, but what you can also think of is if you've got, for instance, Ben, 8 layers, you don't have to do all 8 layers on one. You can then maybe do 4 layers on one and then 4 layers on another, and then that's there. Okay, 72 sheets, 72 ladies. Double that if you were to half the decoupage layers.
144.
There you go. With some of these printed parchment, brilliant. Imagine having all these ladies in your crafty life. Awesome.
Be like you, that would be.
Well, Acorn Woods. Decoupage book with your 72 sheets. Everything I said there before about the quantity of them, how many you can do, half price. Again, this is springtime. Look at the springtime images. You've got the foxes, you've got the badger, you've got the little hedgehogs. Look at them. Look at your Wellington boots. Think of the Wellington stamp and dies that we've got. That is going to work perfectly with something colourful that we're launching next week with Sarah. But all of that, $5.99 or $8.69, half price. Platinum, though, comes down to $4.79, $6.95, and it's hunky-dory quality. Absolutely fab. Then look at this one. Springtime florals.
Gorgeous.
Now that's going to work really well with any of the parchments that we showed you. Okay, it may not be tied in initially with the original collection, but that's still going to work with one of the other parchments, or either when it comes to the birdsong papers, still going to work perfect. All of that, $5.99, $8.69. Again, half price. Every hunky-dory item I've brought to you, I've managed to get them at half price. £4.79, $6.95. Do you know what? Here in the UK, a meal deal from Tesco's is round about that price, and it's gone within, well, if you're Ben, a couple of minutes.
Less
if
than
it's
that.
me, about 10 minutes. If it's Georgie, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. George. It's Johnny. One mouthful.
Well, yeah, he done it with his white chocolate Cadbury's cream egg yesterday. Perfect Days designer inserts coming up next. These ones, as I was saying before about the previous inserts, Ben, these are more of a muted tone, but that does not mean that you can't use them other than the insert. For me, cut it in half. There is the front of an A5 card blank. Then the other half can be the insert of your card if you want to. Bring in your nesting dies if you want to. These are on what they call matte-tastic, which means you can ink onto them, you can distress them, you can do all of that if you want to. Perfect Days designer luxury card inserts. Guess what? Half price, $4.99, $7.24. Platinum comes down to $3.99 or $5.79.
Ooh, look at the next one coming up.
Look at this one. We're all horse riding again. We've got horse riding, we've got steam trains, we've got yachts in there, we've got the broom brooms of the car, we've got some football in there. These ones here are your hobbies and pastime paramount toppers. So it's along the lines of your decoupage, but instead the images as squares or circles or ovals, they get smaller as they get higher. You're getting all of them. These you could use as individual toppers if you want to, but that's going to be perfect for the guys in your life. $5.99 or $8.99, half price, $4.79 or $7.19. Are you ready for this one?
Price on this is ridiculous. These are incredible, the Trim Me's.
Trim Me foiled insert pad. Now this is your congratulations with silver foil in 42 sheets. I'll tell you a wee bit about them just in a second. It is half price, $4.99 or $7.24. Platinum comes down to $3.99 or $5.79.
Bless you.
Excuse me, sorry.
I thought you were taking a dramatic pause then for a second.
On the back of each sheet, Ben, there is grids. So it lets you see where to cut that, so it's going to be perfect for A6, 6x6, 5x7, 8x8, DL, slimline, all of these. And every way that you cut it, your insert sentiment is in that perfect central position every single time. That is your congratulations with the silver. The white on it as well is their perfect matte-tastic. So you can, if you want to, ink on it.
Marvellous. And they've got them in the gold as well?
Gold as well. Can't do silver without gold. 42 sheets once again. And I'm going to say, as I said something earlier on, you don't have to use these for the inserts, Ben. Use your nesting dies around these. Cut them out. That could be the top, the forefront of your cards and your toppers. Now, within these ones here, $4.99 or $7.24. Again, it is a half price. These are, congratulations, gold foiled inserts that you're going to use. Look at that. New job. You've passed. New home. Welcome to the world. Wishing you lots of luck. Congratulations on your graduation. You're always going to use these. Always grab them before they're gone. $3.99 platinum, $5.79 for you guys stateside. That is an absolute must when it comes to all hunky-dory. How I manage to twist Emma's arm and get that to half price, you know, without going into the details, because they're not our products, although we bring them here on Crafters TV. Yes, I managed it. That's all I can say.
Don't need to go into the whys and wherefores of how, do we? A few comments and a question. Rhonda says, the workstation for me is a must-have when I'm working on a project. Carol McDaniel says, OMG, that hunky-dory spring bird song is an amazing deal. Mary Kay Canolda saying those inserts make great journaling pages.
Therefore.
Wow, everything is a wow price, says Jerry Johnson. And Dawn Mayer says, Hulk Hogan lives in Florida here. My hubby had to do an inspection at his house years ago before we retired. He is huge.
Yeah, can imagine.
Bonnie, yeah, he has. What did he say? 24-inch pythons he had, did he?
Yeah.
Big, as big as mine. And, who laughed then? Bonnie Fannenstiel says, I know of parchment paper for baking. What is the difference between vellum and crafting parchment? Is there a big difference?
There is. Do you know something? It's one of those I can never remember. I can never remember the difference. There's a part of it's to do with white work. So when you go into like a parchment, if you then start to go down with your, if you go in with your ball tool or that, if you then flip it over the side, you get that gorgeous white work. So even although that is a pattern, if you then go in and you score, if you do your own little frames when it comes to your scoreboards, that you twist it around, you are going to get the colour coming through, but you're going to get that most gorgeous, delicate white work as well, all the way around. So, you know, it is thick. But if you can go for printed, like we've got, always the way to go, in my opinion.
Do grab those hunky-dory deals as well, because a lot of the stocks are low and there's lots more items that we didn't get to show you. Just showed you a few of the different ranges that we've got. Get ahead, hit the Shop the Day button. You'll see all of the deals from the shows today and also on the website. Don't forget, it's part of National Craft Month. 15% off selected adhesives and tools, 10% off selected embossing folders, 10% off selected dies, and 3 for 2s on selected card and paper as well. You can see just some of the deals flashing up there across the bottom of the screen. Now, the Craft Along, which is coming up in an hour and a half's time, 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, is all about the textured embossing folders. Now, we don't have the full collection. In fact, we've got nowhere near that. However, the Craft Along will be going ahead because we know there's so many of you who've already picked these up. So you can check out exactly what you need. Just had a look. All the details are there for you on the various social pages. We've got 2 available for you. What I will tell you is the Luscious Leaves 5x7. There are literally 4 of these left. 4 more of these and then they're sold out. So if you want to grab that one, it's £3.19 platinum or $4.76. The folder that we do have more of, quite a lot more, but not lots if you take my point, is the leopard print. Absolutely stunning. Do you know what? I was, again, if I was hedging my bets, I would say that the leopard print would have been one of the first ones to go.
I would have said so as well, yeah. That and the studded leather that did go. Yeah.
They're so super useful, lovely size as well, 5x7, but you can see from some of the cards there that I've got to my left-hand side, you know, really, really easy to create backgrounds with, then just making a few mats and layers, stamping on a sentiment. You've got a really, really wonderful card. I love this one here as well with the lion on. What does that say? You are my pride and joy. I mean, how simple yet effective does that look? And the majority of the hard work done by these embossing folders. You can buy them individually, of course. The leopard print, that's not limited, is it? No, leopard print's not limited. £3.19 or $4.76. This is super limited. Literally next four people to grab that, and that has gone. But this is going to be the craft along a little bit later on for you. And we're going to have a little bit of a look at these right now, Craig. And these are great, aren't they? I mean, again, particularly for people who are starting off, embossing folders like this are kind of the basis of a great card and like a simple card that looks the business.
Definitely, you know, for sure. You can see from these finished samples here, if you want to keep it very simple, then you can do it. I mean, look at that one there, you know, just having that leopard print, but not necessarily using it in the colourways that you would think. Going in with a sentiment stamp, that's it. That's all you need to do. Then this one as well. What about mixing and matching them, if you want to? I mean, how fab is that? It reminds me of kind of like some kind of Moroccan floor stonework.
So I was trying to work that out, so it's the same embossing folder?
Yeah, it is. So it's actually been cut,
almost. Or
and then joined together.
Yeah.
It's cool, that, isn't it?
Really cool.
Really, really cool. Then you've got that one there that you've then creating the little circular apertures in. Now your animal over the edge stamp, so instead of using them in an over the edge sort of way, using them individually, you've got there with the little lions there. It's fun. And then just chopping into them.
That's
and
really
creating
fun
a different kind of aspect when it comes to the focal point of your eye. Mixing and matching, going in with an ombre feel, but then going over with gilding waxes as well over the top. You can do that one. Then going in and then changing the actual shape of them. So if you are going to do something like that, cut your cardstock to the shape first, then die cut it.
Yeah.
If you emboss it first, then do the die cut, you're going to flatten most of what you've done.
Got you.
So cut the shape that you want and then emboss it afterwards. Then what we've got is paneling. Again,
nice.
Paneling, how well does that work with the Daisy collection? It might work, well, not might work, it will work well with the Sunflower collection as well.
So is that just, again, just put through and then just cut afterwards?
So yes, that one, yeah, because what's happening is you've embossed it and then you're cutting afterwards with the guillotine, you've not got any additional pressure over the top to flatten it.
Yeah.
You can do individual strips if you want to, but if you want that nice seamless flow of design, emboss your sheet first, then use your guillotine to chop it up. And in actual fact, if I turn this one around, because it's one of these side locking.
Oh, like a bay window card.
Yeah, so smart. And then what about combining tags in with your shakers along the bottom there? It's actually a gift bag that you can see here.
Cool.
So it's a lot of fun, You might have different characters that are going to work well with the designs of the folders. So let's go in, let's just have a little play with these ones, Ben, because I've got two of these ones here. So I've got the leopard print and I've got the luscious leaves.
Okay.
So let's go in with a piece of our white multi-purpose. And let's just chop it down. So it's 5 by 7, or 5 by 7.1 to be precise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut mine to 5 3/4 by 6 3/4. So I'm just eyeballing the 3/4 just while I'm using my smaller one. So I can do the same. I'm just going to double check that that is. I can do a little bit of trimmage down there. And then what I'm just going to do is if I match them up, I know that is the perfect size. So I've got two of them now that are 4 3/4 by 6 3/4.
Yeah.
So let's move that one out the way. And let's go in with, tell you what, let's use the luscious leaves before it goes, and we'll just do a letterpress technique.
Oh, it's gone. No, me joking.
Oh, is it? Oh. Sorry, I didn't hear them in my ear say that it's gone. So sandwiching it in, because I've cut it slightly smaller than my embossing folder, it means I'm going to get that full edge to edge embossed detail, plus I'm not going to get any crinkling or buckling around the edge of my card. So then all that I need to do is I need to find, which would be helpful, junior plates. So if I find, oh, here we go. So we've got them here. Let's just dig these ones out. Now this is a 2D embossing folder, Ben. So therefore you need your 2 cutting plates.
Okay.
However, what I like to do, and Debbie Fisher done it when she launched it. I was on the launch with her on your side when she was on this side, and I do what she does as well, is yes, it's your 2 cutting plates, but I like to pop in my metal shim, and it just gives it that little bit extra oomph when it comes to the detail of the emboss. and then we can feed that one through. Now that one, of course, it'll go through your MIDI. You know, if you want a free MIDI, you check out the website. I can't believe that that's still going.
There from yesterday.
And then if we bring in our folder, let's open it up, and then what I'm going to do is let's peel that one out. I love that sound, so satisfying. And then what I'm going to do is let's just grab in a blending tool, and then what I'm going to do is let's go in with fuchsia. If I can find a fuchsia, maybe let's just go in with a plum jam. Actually, let's not. Let's go something natural. Let's go in with a grasshopper here. So let's just change my ink pad. Now you can do your letterpress technique, of course, but you can also very simply just emboss it, Ben.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink it up. I'm going to see if our Georgie could zoom up a little bit higher, just so that you can see what I'm away to do here. So what I like to do, Ben, is I like to put my water reactive ink pad. You see how you can just see it along the top here? I like to sit it there, and then what I do is I pull towards me, and then what I'm then doing is I'm going to apply that on. You can, of course, do it that way, but then what you're doing is you're chasing your ink pad all the way around. So if you give yourself a lever just to then build up that ink, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight over the top here, and we're going to go all the way round, adding it on.
Similar colour to John's shirt, that colour.
Yeah, I've noticed he's just walked in there.
Yeah.
He's just walked in, yeah, watching from the sidelines. Ready to tag in.
Yeah, maybe he could be like, if we had like a triple tag team, like a 6-man tag.
Yeah.
John could be our surprise partner, maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd be good in the elimination chamber.
Who what?
In the elimination chamber, he'd be good in one of the chambers.
Yeah. From the way John just went, yeah, that'd be great.
Bring our men. Bring our men.
Makes me think he's not a big wrestling fan.
Bring our men. Bring our men.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Bring our men.
It's Big Cheers, John. He's busy today, as you can see. The natural disasters.
Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom. Natural disasters, that was earthquake and typhoon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what did you say? Legion of Doom?
Legion of Doom.
Was that
Hawk and Animal.
Hawk and Animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going back. Do you know what? WWE Network, I'm telling you, it's the place to go.
Oh, you can watch all of the old shows back and all of the old pay-per-views.
Including the pay-per-views, absolutely.
I used to love it in the day when, because we couldn't get WWF as it was, but WCW used to be on late night.
Yeah.
So I used to record that, but then I could go down my local video shop and they'd have all of the pay-per-views on video and just being able to. That joy of going down to the video shop,
Yeah, because here in the UK, WWE's always been on the pay-for sports channels, and then WCW, then TNA, AEW are on the non-paying channels.
Yeah.
So that's why it was always on the premium channel. So I know what you mean. Yeah, but. No.
Did you ever watch WCW then?
I did. I used to Friday night, because obviously Monday Night Raw is always on a Monday in America, but we never used to get it till the Friday. So in America, WCW was on TNT, and at the time, we also had a channel called TNT.
Yeah.
So what I used to do is I used to watch the first hour of WCW on TNT UK.
Yeah.
And then I would then flip over to Sky Sports and watch the full of Monday Night Raw. And I used to do that, yeah. And I believe now, we've got TNT coming back. I believe that's the new name for BT Sports, because they've gone in partnership with Warner Brothers, which own TNT.
BT Sports is going to be TNT?
TNT, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because they've joined with Warner Brothers in America, which is why AEW in America is on TNT, because they're part of Discovery, and the name's coming across here as well. So for someone that knows nothing about sports, I've known that above them too. But yeah, there you go.
Sandra just says, "Gentlemen, please, that was scary."
Oh, thanks.
Apologies about that.
You're meant to
But
be.
yeah, you're meant to be scared because we are the, what do we call ourselves?
Natural disasters.
The natural disasters. Ooh.
We're more like Doink and Dink the Clown than natural disasters.
Doink and Dink.
Do you remember Evil Doink?
Evil Doink.
Yeah. It was like, it started off, and then you had the teardrops, and then, well, yeah, round the mouth.
Doink was actually one of my favourite WCW wrestlers, and in the previous incarnation, he was a lumberjack called Big Josh.
Okay.
Yeah, and I only found that out recently, and I used to like Big Josh because he used to come in a lumberjack jacket, and he was kind of like WCW's take, I think, on Hacksaw.
Right.
He had like the 2x4 and the big hat on, and his finishing manoeuvre was like it was like a bum drop off the top rope.
Yeah.
And I used to love Big Josh. I think I could do that move off the top rope, just jump and land on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Big Josh, aka Doink the Clown.
Doink the Clown.
Yeah, and then little Dink came out from underneath the ring, didn't he?
Yeah. And then, so it's around about 95, there was Doink and Dink the Clown, and they had loads of little Dink the Clowns, and they were facing Jerry the King Lawler. And he had like lots of little Jerry Lawlers, and then they all fought in a Survivor Series match. You know, Doink and all these little Doinks.
Again,
and then Jerry the King Lawler, and all these little.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you need to go back. It was brilliant. It was so good.
Might have to borrow your WWE Network login.
I thought you already did. Shh. Have you lost the password?
No, I'm still. Do you know what? I logged out recently because I think
Clowns Are Us. That's it, Johnny. Thank you. Clowns Are Us versus the Royal Family.
Oh, that was the match, was it? What were they called? Doink Dink, Pink and Wink versus Jerry, Sleazy, Queasy and Cheesy.
Honestly, see, between shows, we need to have a look. Oh, it's so good.
But in between shows, Johnny's got it in the gallery now.
You watch it? Yeah, we can hear it. Like a circus in there with the background noise. Look at that. So all that I've done there is I've embossed it, and then I've gone round with grasshopper, and then I've gone round the edges with that Friar brown. It's a lovely one, little sentiment in the middle. That's all you need to do. Maybe craft card round the edges of Matt and Lair, which is optional. Or if you go in with that tool set that I have got in one of the tool bags, then you can go in with, of course, the crimpler around the edge and then distress it. Maybe one of your animal stamps, you can do that. But what about doing this, Ben? We have got, as well, our Gildan Flakes.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got our Magenta, we've got our Oriel, and also our Burnished Copper. So stay tuned for them. And then what I am going to do, now just for transparency, I believe this is out of stock, but I know many of you may already have it. So let's go in here with our actual Gildan Flake toolkit. And then what I'm going to do, you see a bit, it's used that much that it's sealed. Here we go, we're okay. So I'm going to go in here with our liquid glue, Ben.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put a nice amount in.
Oh, comes that blue.
Yeah, it does. It's got that tones to it. Blues. And then I'm just going to rub that one in. Just going to manipulate that one in. And then what I'm going to do, I don't want to keep using the top of the glue applicator because it's going to keep coming out. So I'm just going to use a little tool or so. I'm going to then go in and just use the end of my actual embossing tool here.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to work that one in as much as I can. You don't want it to be completely saturated in, but you want a nice, good coverage, not only on the top, but a nice little mount within
the
middle.
The camera was off on one then.
It's had enough there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Work that one in. And then what I'm going to do is let's go in now with that one. Then we can go in with our leopard print.
Okay.
So let's go in with the leopard print here. Now this is similar to doing a letterpress technique. So I'm going to go in and let's do, what one do I want to do? Let's go in with, let's go into this back bit. So I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab a little excess off for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give that a little wipe across. So we're going to go in. So instead of it using a pigment or a reactive ink, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to then go all over the back here. So I'm just going to give that a really nice coverage. Just want to make sure that I've got enough. A smaller amount that you use, what will happen, Ben, is it becomes too tacky and it could tear the card.
Right.
And too much, then you can just saturate. So
how do you know how much is just enough?
It's just that it's just looking at it. You don't want it to be completely saturated on the top. You want what's sort of like a little glisten, so that you know that it is got that shine, so you've got that nice coverage. It's not pulling within the detail of the embossing folder, but on the other half, it's not bone dry, that you've got no sticky residue on it.
Okay.
Now what I am going to do for this one is I'm not going to add my metal shim. So this is the only technique with the embossing folder I wouldn't add the metal shim, because that's really going to ramp that pressure in, and that's really ramping up that stay sticky glue into the fibres. What you want to then do is then come along and carefully peel it. See it? Hear it?
Yeah.
That's normal. But you want to do that as soon as. Don't leave it on, or you won't damage it. What you'll be left with is such a fibrous folder. You're going to have to go in with lukewarm water and take all that cardstock off. But then what we can do is, I know by feeling it's got that tack to it. And then let's go in with our Gildan flakes here. I'm going to have a look and see.
Just to say as well, without kind of spoiling the party, stand by and do make sure you come back tonight as well, because there are going to be more deals on the official Cartload show that you haven't seen tonight. This is kind of like the warm-up, the pre-show, ready for, yes, the undercard, ready for the main event this evening from 6. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. More deals that you won't yet have seen, and actually that aren't even live on the web yet. I'm saying that now because these may or may not be part of a tremendous deal section which we've got coming up later. So do make sure you come back for the main event. It's going to be awesome tonight, Craig, isn't it?
It's going to be awesome sauce. It is.
Awesome sauce.
Just you wait. If you thought I was excited now, just wait till later on. Going to be the car. I don't want to go over the top just yet, because we've got a nice, calm, quiet craft along coming.
Exactly right, yeah.
And then we're going to be saving it all for
That's when we're going to go and get into our leotards, isn't it?
Our leotards, yep. Our leotards. Yeah, right. Never catch me in the leotards.
No, me neither. Apparently producer Johnny likes a leotard.
Yeah.
He went dressed as the Ultimate Warrior to a stag do.
It's funny though how you find a lot of guys as well, when they go on stag do's or that, they actually theme it wrestling. They actually theme it.
Yeah.
Now look at that. So all I needed to do was add a little bit more down in the bottom. In saying that, I quite like that rustic, that full-on backdrop of the Gildan flakes, and then you've got that nice subtle outline all the way around. So you can be doing that with the folders. All that I would say as well, because it's the stay sticky glue, that is going to stay sticky. So make sure that if you can clean it straight away, do that, of course. Just go in, lukewarm water into a sink, of course. That's going to be the best way. Don't use anything abrasive to actually clean it. Just a cloth. The heat will then take away the glue. It's not going to damage it whatsoever, but it's a nice way as well to use your folders with your Gildan flakes. So either by going around the edges with your ink, or then going in and doing spot detail with the. Do you know? I really, really like. I'm going to keep that.
Looks great.
I'm going to use that for something. I like that effect. So a nice way to use your Gildan flakes as well.
Absolutely brilliant. The leopard print has said we've still got a fair amount of stock of £3.19, £4.76. We've still got the leaves available, Johnny. Have we just about? Hanging on by a thread. Oh, 3 left now.
3
of those leaves. So those will have gone by the time the craft along comes around. Have you got more to show us? Are you done? Oh, he's
no,
done.
I'm done, sorry.
He's done. Excellent stuff. Listen, if you want to make sure that you get the leaves, those need to be checked out sooner rather than later. The leopard print we've got more of, but do go quickly. And of course, we're going to be focusing on these, I should say, on the craft along, which is coming up in just over an hour's time, 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern. And then tonight it will be full throttle, 6 o'clock this evening, 1 o'clock Eastern for that cartload. Let's have a look. Alicia just saying, I think Craig is the ultimate wrestling fan. I think he probably is. What he doesn't know is not worth knowing. Hello, Cecile. We just popped in to say hi. Worcus interruptus has become a chronic condition. What on earth have I just walked into all this wrestling? It's like they're speaking another language. Well, you know, we always like to kind of teach you all of these different things as well as craft on these shows. And Dawn Mayo just saying, I love it when Craig shows a great new technique. She also asks, Dawn says, what did you clean your embossing folder with after you used glue in it? So I know you just touched on that, but what would you use again specifically?
So a mat like this I'm doing on my glass mat is a wet wiper that I know we're trying to use less baby wipes, but for here of ease, I'd use a baby wipe. At home, just a damp cloth. The actual folder, I would put that into a sink, just lukewarm water and just a nice smooth cloth, microfiber cloth or something, and just take off that stickiness when it comes to your folder. Don't use anything that's scratchy on it, because then that could potentially scratch your folder, and that will then emboss into the detail. So as long as it's lukewarm water, do it as soon as you can. You know, don't worry if it's like 5 or 10 minutes later, because it stays sticky glue, so it will just stay sticky till you do clean it. But yeah, lukewarm water, that's all you need to do, into the sink.
Absolutely brilliant. There we go. So all of that coming up later on for you on the Craft Along. Just before we disappear, though, we do just want to highlight some of the big deals which we've previewed already on the show, which are going to be coming up this evening on the Cartload Show. All, of course, wrestling-themed Craig's Craft, Stick and Steel box. This is incredible value for money, and if you missed a little bit of a look through at the start of the show, let's get Craig to dive in once again and show you why this has been flying out of the door. Bang for buck, Craig. This is a brilliant deal.
It's a steal. It's a steal. It's a steal. Now, anything like that, we're told maximum of 18, which is what I had until like 4 minutes before the show. I was able to add 2 extra things, no additional cost. We'll touch them in a moment. So you're going to be paying £50 or $70. Platinum is £40 or $56. If we go back onto that 50, 70, look at your saving right down there.
That is mahoosive.
I think that's one of my best savings I've been able to do ever. You're saving £111.30 or $152.49. Can't believe I'm saying that. What you're going to be paying for is your magazine. Now you're going to be paying for your Crafters Inspiration magazine. Now that one there, you've got your issue number 3. That's worth $12.99 or $19.95. You've got all the inspiration. You've got all the goodies as well included for you to then be using. Yep. Then we've gone in with our Concertina Corner frame dies. I remember launching these ones on Crafters TV. That's worth $14.99 or $16.95. I put in some Knitwit embellishments. These are worth $7.99 or $9.99. So you've got some ribbon and brads and little buttons in there. And then I've also added in one of my favourite broderie anglais dies, this one being the Calais. Beautiful. $14.99 or $16.99. Now, in the UK, that comes to £50.96. And for you guys stateside, that's what you're paying for. All of that plus that, which comes to $70.87. But what you're all going to get for no additional cost is all of these. Now we've got our centre pop-out dies. Yep. Debbie featured them yesterday. The reason I wanted them in my bag is because I don't actually use them as a centre pop-out a lot. I use them as a decorative nested matte and layer die on the front of my card. So that's in there. Then we've gone in with Bell Countryside, that gorgeous horse, the outline die. Loving the font you've got there. And within one of the bags that you showed, Ben, you've got one of the other Bell Countryside stamp and die sets to complement. We've gone and put in 2 of the blackboard stamps because I'll be honest, as much as I loved them, I kind of forgot about them until I seen them in Leanne's bag the other week there. And I thought, oh yeah, I forgot about them ones. So I've added a couple of these ones in, photopolymer as well. So a nice one, if you do happen to have your toolkit, that's a nice one to then ink up your Stay Sticky glue on and then use your Gildan flakes. We've gone in with our summer gnomes, garden gnomes, our little funky sentiments in there.
Cute.
Best gift ever stamp. So that works with the tag punch if you've got it. If you don't, it doesn't matter. You can use it on its own. Fine glue applicator for our tacky glue. Very, very useful. Full pack there of a tri-blend brush. This one here is giving you the winter holiday. 3 pens, but it's 9 colours. Tri-blend form, think about your Illustrator pens, but in that tri-blend form. Gone in with the stamp and die set here within the, well, it's just the stamps within this one. Secret Garden, 7 stamps in total. You're getting that completely free. I put that one in because I thought, yes, that's going to be good for spring and then summer, but then think about winter with the faux snow, or think about Halloween and going in with your blacks and your purples and all of those sort of silhouette feels. Then I've also added in our rose stamps. These ones here, photopolymer. These are all separate, so you can start to create your own backdrop, your own background if you want to. Then I put in our stamp and die create a card set. Now, the reason I put that one in there is because I seen that gorgeous finished sample that we've been showing the last few days when Debbie's been demoing them. So I thought, oh, good one to pop in.
And another one of those in my bag over here.
You do indeed. You've got another one
monkey.
there. I've put in one of our Spectrum Noir mixing palette. I've been using this one as of late. I did give you a little tease earlier on today to where I said that in the coming weeks you'll see why I've been using it a lot, but I've put that one in there. So that, Ben, is what you were getting for free. 4 minutes up until we went live for Wake Up Call. However, what I did manage to do is, if you've seen yesterday myself and Debbie, I know Ben was on with Debbie in the morning, the shaped creative card dies, I was making quite a big thing about the shoe being something themed like Dorothy, going in with your luxury red glitter card. So it was off the back of that thought that I messaged Emma after, you know, home time basically, said, is there any chance? Said, leave it with me, talked this morning, no, can't do it, then I could do it. And I pushed the boat out. So we've got our foam pads and tape bundle on, but I've managed to put our full pack. This is your A4 foam sheets. So it's an A4 sheet of foam pads. You've got 5 of them, different depths there. Cut them with your scissors, die cut them with all your shapes if you want to. These are such a great way to have fun, not only when it comes to doing your foam pads, but you can just make some fun shapes and then go over with your Gildan flakes. Remember when our Gildan flakes came out, we came out with the shaped foam?
Oh yeah,
Make your own. This is what that is. And just cut your own shapes into them if you want to. So that, up until just before Wake Up Call, were not included. It was just 18 items, but you're now getting in total 20 items. You're paying for these. So you guys in the UK are paying for these that I went over a minute ago. You guys stateside are paying for that. That comes to £50.96 or $70.87. However, all of you, you'll be then paying in the UK £50 for all of that, or $70. Even better though, if you are platinum, it comes down to £40 or 56 Ben. And for that one, I am so pleased with, but I've made a little bit of a mess.
You have made a little bit of a mess, haven't you, really? But
I'm a little tinker.
You little tinker, you. We'll let you off. We'll let you off. Hey, listen, what a great preview show. A great opportunity right now as we take a little bit of an hour break to get those deals checked out. But do make sure that you keep checking back on the web. And more importantly than that, do make sure that you come back for the main event, SmackDown Cartload, coming your way at 6 o'clock this evening, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, because there will be more great deals there that we haven't touched on in this show. And in fact, some of those deals yet to even go live on the website. So you will be back to check those out. In the meantime, we will be getting nice and relaxed with a fantastic craft along with those textured embossing folders. That's coming up in just over an hour's time. But until then, check out those baskets, and Craig and I will see you back here in an hour's time. Bye for now.